Welcome back to the channel. We back in it. We got it rolling. We rolling, my brothers and my sisters. You know, big shout out to everybody, like I always say. And I want to say thank you again, man, to everybody that be supporting the channel, whether it's money, whether it's sharing the videos, whether it's hitting the like button, whether it's being in the comments. Big thanks to everybody that be rocking with the Pelican Bay channel. You know, we got some dog talk today. We got a little bit of news, not much, but a good bit of dog talk. Some questions around the board that different brothers wanted to know, so I'm gonna drop them out there like I always do. Hope everybody having a great day, having a great week so far. You know, could be better, could be worse. But let's get this stuff going, man. When it comes to the dog talk, first thing I'm gonna talk a little bit about that dog. I've been seeing brothers speaking about and say it was sorry, and said some brothers said it lost or it curved out, or the Chance Floyd dog. So I'm gonna speak a little bit about that dog right there, but not much about him. You know, not much about him. I'm gonna let somebody else speak about that particular dog.
Let me tell you something, buddy. Floyd was a game dog. As game as ever. Something you probably don't know nothing about. You dumb fuck. You dumb fuck.
He's talking about Chance Floyd.
Chance Floyd.
He never quit.
Never quit. He's only matched twice. He won both of them. Buddy, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I'd be dang if Mr. Burden ain't hit it on the head. Hit it on the head. It's some dumb son of a what? Listen here, man. It is what it is. Don't let them get your nerves worked up, Mr. Burton. PB K9s, Dog Talk, Dog TV, giving it to my brothers the way I always do. Now, we're going to speak about this for a few minutes. We're going to speak about this for a few minutes. Is there a difference between a stud dog and your stud dog? Is there a difference? And we're going to speak about the actual standards of a pit bull. But right now, I'm speaking about, is there a standard for a stud dog? For you to say this is a stud dog, is there a standard? And is there a difference between a stud dog and your dog is what I'm asking you. I always give you a second to figure it out. I always give you a second to figure it out on some of these questions and stuff. When it comes to a stud dog and your stud dog, some people might say, what do you mean by that? What's the difference? Okay, your stud dog is going to be whatever male that you got that you want to breed. You're going to breed him no matter how you got to breed him. Whether you got to AI breed him, whether you got to take him and get sperm off of him at the vet, whether you can natural breed him, you're going to breed him no matter what, because it's your dog, and it's the line that you like and whatever you want to run and cross your dogs into. So that's what I mean by your stud dog. A lot of dogs that are your stud dog, when I say your, I mean anybody, mine, anybody, but we're not talking about the actual stud dogs yet. Our stud dog, is going to be the dog that we trying to breed to our dogs or our friends' dogs or anybody, whoever, want to breed their dogs to. Whether the dog, like I say, whether the dog is a dog that want to fight female dogs, whether the dog is a dog that don't really produce much, it don't matter. All that matters is your dog, you using the word stud because he's running your program and maybe other people's program, and when I kind of came up, when I was real young, a lot of folk used to say a stud dog was, a different kind of dog. As far as when I say different, I mean, he can be a grand champion, but he still want to breed. He still want to breed. He's a healthy dog. He throw healthy puppies. He's good with people. It's an all around ace of a dog. And when I say ace, I don't mean in the box. I just mean everything about this dog. And it's what makes a certified stud. And when I looked it up, it also said, because I didn't even really think about this too much. It also said that the dog must be registered in order to be considered a stud. So if you don't got a dog that's registered, then you can have your stud, but the standards for a stud, your dog don't fit in that criteria. You know, so it's just a few. I guess it's nothing different if you're taking care of your dog and your dog is healthy it's basically it's showing all the attributes of what a stud dog should do or have. Then I guess it's a stud dog. But a lot of dogs, we'll try to breed them to get what they off of because we see how game they were or we see something in them we like, and we breed them no matter how we got to breed them. Like I said before, this dog don't want to breed at all, but we will get the sperm from him. That's not what they consider a stud dog. I don't care how good he is. If you can't breed him, he's not considered a stud dog. A stud dog can breed anybody dog. That's the point of saying stud. And when you say stud, just imagine any other type of animal that you got, like pets that we may have, like cows, horses, bulls, or whatever. They may have other names, but a stud is a stud. If you're using that particular animal as a stud, then it means there's no problem with breeding, and he's producing great, healthy animals for whatever type of animal you using, breeding. And that's why I think the difference is a stud is the official, and the dog that has all the attributes, and your stud could be a great and phenomenal dog. But he's your stud, and you using the word stud, and he might not really be a true stud, which don't mean he's not producing good, but if he won't breed, he can't be a stud, for one. You got to fit under the criteria, just like the standards of certain things, and we're going to speak about that as far as brothers acting like they don't really look at these dogs and go by looks before they do their breedings and stuff, and they acting like it's all on certain things, and brothers, we're going to speak about that. And like I said, the standards of the American Pit Bull Terrier. Now let's speak about this. I believe in, and like I said, I noticed this only from my own experience. We like to scream, these dogs is losing bone. These dogs is got this, and these dogs is got that because of breeding practices, specifically losing bone. But what I noticed, a lot of dogs ain't lost bone. What a lot of brothers has lost is the love of the dog game. To take care of these puppies the way you used to take care of these puppies when you got in the game. You see, when you start letting money get involved with all that stuff, it's great to make the dollar. But when you thinking your pedigree means more than a healthy dog, then you're sadly mistaken. And that's when you start losing the game when you thought you had. And that's when you want to blame it on everything else. Instead of blaming it on not taking care of these puppies. And I tell you, we're going to start this conversation the way it's supposed to be started. You can feed your puppies all the supplements you want to feed them. Whatever you want to feed them. If you're not taking care of the mama dog, her whole life, or the time period that you had this particular dog, and not just when she went in heat. If you're not taking care of the mama dog, none of the supplements you giving these puppies matter. And I promise you that. Promise you that. The fight starts from the mama dog. If she's a healthy mama dog, then half the battle is already won. When she's not a healthy mama dog, then all the other shit you doing, all the supplements you bringing and adding in is a lie. You lying to yourself. It's just a figment of your imagination. And you're going to get exactly what these brothers out here pushing. Wormy-looking dogs. You see? Wormy-looking dogs. It ain't hard to look at stuff, man. And like I said before, pedigrees don't make you the same. Our dogs producing the same. Our dogs producing the same. Hey, it just, a lot of brothers get it confused, and I just can't, I did both ways. I breed dogs. I bred dogs before, females, and raise the puppies. Just let the female take care of the puppies. Whatever live, live. When it's time to wing them out, wing them out. You know, and we're going to speak about this as well, shots. Give them their shots or whatever and send them off. Don't care how they look. No, not knowing, you know, not even caring, did they get the proper nutrients throughout they, throughout they weaning process, throughout their growth, went from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, 5 weeks old. You know, did they get proper nutrients? Didn't care, you know, and then I wasn't even really worried about the sale like that. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, I see, you know, and like I said, I want to ask about the shots. You know, it should be mandatory that brothers give these dogs shots and worm these puppies. I keep saying it because I'm looking at y'all puppies and they looking sick. You know, looking like meth heads. You know what I'm saying? Looking like meth heads. And all that comes from is one thing about it, you can't copy the dog man. You gotta have it in you. You gotta be built for that shit, man. You gotta have it in you to want to have them dogs looking like that. You know, it don't matter what kind of line of dog you got. You can say, oh, I got these Eli dogs over here and they ain't built like these Mayday dogs over here. Man, listen here, man, we ain't talking about that. We talking about giving people healthy puppies. Puppies that look worth a damn. You know what I'm saying? And stop going by, the first thing you want to do is send a brother a ped, show him the ped, and if he fall in love with that, he gonna take anything. New era, fellas. New era. You know, new era. I mean, hey, it's like, one day brothers will understand it. You know, one day brothers will understand it and think it's not just hate, not just, oh, you're trying to talk down on somebody else's product or this or that. Listen here, man, I don't care what bloodline you got. You know, if a brother like that line, give him the best quality of that line you can give him. Why would you slack on your product because of a pedigree? You know, it's only gonna make you look bad in the end game. And y'all brothers, you know, and it's not to no one particular brother. Everybody know you can make a dog look a certain way on a camera. But when these brothers show up to look at these dogs, they don't look like that in person. You know? And it's about taking care of these hounds, man. Taking care of these hounds through the summer, when it's hot, when you got to give shade, when you got to get the fleas off of them, to the winter when you got to keep them warm, and you still got fleas in some areas, you know, and you got to keep them out the water and out of all that other stuff. It's about taking care of them hounds, one-on-one. You know, some people just don't catch on the way others catch on. Some people look at it in different ways. One thing I figured out about this dog game, you know, brothers you gonna have, and brothers who trying to do their own thing, you'll realize this in a minute. Brothers who trying to do your own thing, you'll realize, because see, if you can't represent my bloodline, once brothers see you trying to represent your own, make your own name, all the lookouts and all that stuff stop. Brothers only want to look out with these dogs when they feel like you can make them a name for the dogs, with the dogs, which they don't understand. You're going to make it regardless. You're going to make them a name regardless. You know, but everybody want that. Everybody want that. They can say what they want to say. Everybody want that. I'm the top dog man, trophy. Nobody want to put in the work. You know? And one thing about it, I'm glad I got friends in a lot of different cities with a lot of different dogs. So one set can't say, oh, I know, because the other set, you know, you can't say that because I bulldog different places. at the end of the day, man, about taking care of these dogs, about doing the right things with these dogs. If you don't dig it, kick rocks, kick your ass over there with them other folk. You know what I'm saying? If you don't dig it, it just is what it is. I stopped trying to make friends with a lot of y'all a long time ago when I seen how funny brothers be acting when it come to these pit bulls. You know, it ain't my fault. Like I said before, brothers invested in a lot of that stuff that ain't right. And when it come to pedigrees, it ain't my fault. You know, if it was up to a lot of y'all brothers, you'll let the same ones who don't give a shit about you keep carrying the torch for another damn 30 or 40 years. Don't care about you. Just care about your dollar. You don't want to hear that. You too hung up on being in the house. You know what I'm saying? Too hung up on being in the house. You already know what that is. They told you doing your own thing, being your own man, representing yourself. They told you that wasn't the right thing to do when it come to these dogs. Shut up. Shut up. You talking too much. You got a so-and-so dog. That's a Kobe dog. You can't do it like Mr. Kobe. You can't do it like Mr. Carver. You can't do it like Mr. Tudor and all that. That's what they embed in your head. You know what I'm saying? They embed all that stuff in your head. And all they did was raise some dogs and roll them and bred a few. You know? But hey, man, like I said, keep this dog talk going. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take care of them puppies from day one. You know, day one, man. Maybe I'm the only one to see the meth head looking dogs out here. You know, riding on pedigrees. You know, riding on pedigrees. But what we about to do, we about to get into a little bit of news, man. Cause we got some news coming from Kentucky. The man should have rolled by and picked up some of y'all flunkies while he was in the process of doing what he doing. Man breaks camp, runs from the police on a mule. You know, he do run down the highway, he's scatting, running through the cones, he getting away until, you know, the police caught up with him. But you gonna get that story where you gonna get it from PBK9s. Dog talk, dog TV, dog news, animal news. You know, animal news. Cause like I said before, a lot of y'all folk out there animal. And I do this news on you every single day, giving it to you. You know, let's get into it. Kentucky man runs from the police on a mule. You know what I'm saying? PBK9s, let's go.
New tonight, it was a strange sight in Callaway County after a man led police on a chase while riding a mule. The Murray Police Department says officers were called out Monday afternoon in regards to a man allegedly riding a mule while intoxicated. Police soon located Jonathan Mason on the mule, and when the officer tried to stop him, he took off in a gallop, even tipping his hat to bystanders. After a brief chase, Mason was arrested and charged with fleeing or evading police and animal cruelty. Mason had been arrested 2 days earlier for disorderly conduct, again outside a bar with the mule by his side.
Motherfucker running on a horse. They got his ass.
Now we about to get into the standards of that pit bull and different things and talk about that. But before we get into that, brother said, I talk tough. I talk real tough and different things on the internet. You know, come on, brother. Come on, brother. That's one thing I want to tell y'all boys. You know, y'all say some of the dumbest things in my chat and in the comments. You know what I'm saying? And one brother last night, because I'm going to get on that too. You know, but this brother say, I'm tough and this and that on the internet. I mean, where I'm supposed to be tough at? You say, I bet I won't do, I bet I won't. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. I bet y'all won't. I bet y'all won't. You know? And like I said, you said I'm tough on the internet, but keep doing what you're doing and watching this. You know? You like looking at me being tough on the internet. You know? Keep doing what you're doing and watching it, big homie. You know? And do like I told AQ Henry last night, to sit back and shut the hell up when grown folk talking. You know, getting out of my chat telling me, oh, you going to the police, this and that. And this man straight up telling me he going to a lawyer, right? But I ain't supposed to say what I'm supposed to say. Y'all about to be stupid, you know? Bow down to your masters, like I told you, and take your ass back in the house. You know what I'm saying? Real dog man out here talking today, man. It just is what it is, like I told you, man. Like I told you before. And the moment Titan act like he want to go live and come up here and talk since you want to go social media, holla at me. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, keep my name out your punk ass mouth. You know? Or I'm going to do it like I did it the night before and the night before that. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. You know? You don't want to be on that news? Stay the hell off that news. And keep your mouth shut, like I tell y'all brothers, man. Now, when it comes to these dogs and standards, and that picture that I'm going to show right here. Now, when we look at that picture, and that came from Mr. Lopez's whatever channel or whatever, when we look at that picture, and we like to say that's the standard of the way the pit bull is supposed to look, but are we actually, like a brother said, and he brought this to my attention, are we actually taking this picture a little too literal? You know, like, are these the standards, the way the pit bull's supposed to look? Now, if these are the standards, and your dog must look like this, then over half of the people that's breeding are breeding for looks. Breeding for looks, and then you get on these Facebook and these social media sites talking all this, talking all that, trying to bait brothers in for this, bait my sisters in for that, talking this, talking that. But if these are standards, and these are standards that you must go by to score high in these shows and different things, the only thing you breeding for is looks. You're not breeding for nothing else. Now, if looks have a standard, pit bulls have a standard, you must look a certain way. What about his will to work? You know, does he have to have standards on that? You know, must a pit bull act a certain way and have standards? Now, this is where the funny does stuff come in at. You know, we got one over here who look exactly like a pit bull is supposed to look, but he don't have a bit of pit bull in his heart or in his brain. He have it in his blood. He don't got it in his heart or his brain. Now, did they stay to the standard of the pit bull? Now, whether you take that pit bull out there and do something illegal with him, or you take that pit bull and you make him champion in every single show and event you can put him in, he's still supposed to go by them standards as far as the way he's acting. He's still supposed to be an animal aggressive dog. You know, you're not supposed to be able to take an American Pit Bull Terrier into the literal woods and he see a hog and he does not chase to the dog. You know, if you got a pit bull and you take him in the woods and he don't chase any animal, then you losing the traits of the dog. See, it's a million things you can do with these dogs to keep them on point and to keep them the way they need to be kept without going into the fighting situation. You know, without going into the fighting situation. But I know one thing, does the way this dog act have a standard? You know? So He don't have to act a certain way, but he must look a certain way. And you trying to tell me that half the community is not breeding off looks? You know, I mean, come on. Give me some answers. Drop down in the chat. Drop down in the comments. You know, what are we going by? Because everybody claim they going by certain things. You know, everybody. So when we get our low front end dogs, or when we get our shorty cowboy looking dogs, dog might be the best dog ever, but it's shaped like this or it's shaped like that. Then we try to we say what we say about them, you know, and we say they're not standard. Them kind of dogs can't. Let me ask brothers and sisters that do these shows a question. How can we try to change the game overall if we're not being 100 and honest with brothers all the way around the board? You know, when we have these judges, we have judges some days that like these kind of dogs. We have judges other days that like these kind of dogs. It's to the point where it matters which day you show up for which kind of judge that gonna be judging them particular dogs. You know, and that probably can go with any dog show, no matter if it's AKC or whatever. Certain judges gonna like certain things, but we need to make sure when brothers and sisters are in these judge chairs, no matter what dog show you in, that you are totally fair and unbiased to whatever dogs you like. I can't be a yellow fan knowing I love yellow dogs, and then when I get to the shows, I'm giving all the yellow dogs high points. It's not the way it's supposed to be working, man. That's not the way it's supposed to be working. You know, or I know everybody who come with them tant dogs in, I'm giving high points. It's not the way the game's supposed to work. You know, and furthermore, it's like you leaving half the pitbull community out, you know, instead of giving them the knowledge, instead of giving them a fighting chance when they do bring their dogs out. You know, you say they must go by these standards that only could have been kept up by looks. You know, there's the only way you can keep them standards up is going by looks, not caring about nothing else, how this dog is performing or none of that. So you telling me if the dog shaped like the dog in the picture, but human aggressive, and this dog over here shaped like Shorty Cowboy, you gonna breed to the dog shaped like that? I'm talking about if you don't need that type of aggression around your household, you gonna breed to the dog like that because of the shape, and you need to get them to the shows and stuff, instead of breeding to this dog that'll be better for your family. All pit bull, because they tell you it must look like this. You know, it must look like this. Does that look? Would that look had won brothers the money when this dog came up through the past times? You know, through the 20s, 1930s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. Was the dogs that looked like this the dogs that won the money? Or the dogs that was considered, you know, and then there's another thing. This is the standard of the pit bull, which was established when AKC and whoever else came out with these registries. This is the standard they came up with. This is not the standard of the breed that these brothers created coming from Ireland. Them brothers didn't have that standard to the dog. Them brothers' standard was performance standard. It was not a looking standard. You know, I'm just gonna be honest with talking this dog talk. The looking standard came in when AKC took over the registration and all that. Way before ADBA and all that. AKC took all that over. They put the look standard in. You know, the same AKC that destroyed the German Shepherd, the working line German Shepherd. The same AKC that destroyed the Rottweiler. The same AKC that destroyed the Doberman Pinscher, like I said before. It's telling you to go by this picture that I'm showing you here. You know? Some of the best pit bulls in the world that you, my brother or sister, ever gonna lay your hands on, it's never gonna look like this dog in this picture. But it's all American Pit Bull Terrier. all pit bull, and it might be the best dog for your family, but it ain't gonna look like that dog in that picture. My brothers had some of the best times in dog history, in the golden days, in the Wild Wild West days. Had some of the best times ever with dogs that didn't look like this dog in this picture. You know, this standard was made by people who really are not affiliated with the dogs of modern day times. AKC is not even affiliated with the modern day American Pit Bull Terrier. But yet we go by AKC standards. It really don't make sense, do it? So like my brother said, are we taking this picture a little too literal? Does this picture come into play when Pelican Bay got a stud that's shaped just like this? And I want to advertise my dogs now? When I got a stud that looks like this, or my puppies are coming out shaped like this, maybe I should say, this is the standard of the dog. You know, so it lets the masses of the Pit Bull brothers see that, oh, he got the standard. But when we talk about this thing, real deal, talk about it, like I said before, who made the standards? Let me put it so you can, some of y'all brothers and flunkies can understand it. The Pit Bull community did make that picture there. The modern day Pit Bull community, should I put it? You know, the ones who give you the Staffordshires, they made that standard. The ADBA didn't make that standard. The standard for the American Pit Bull Terrier was made before ADBA was established. Mr. Kobe didn't make that Pit Bull standard, you know? And the standard that they go by, the standard that Mr. Who was it? Mr. Lloyd? The Lloyd, the pilot dog, or one of them dogs from back then? You know, I want to say, let me see, is it the pilot dog? It's one of the white dogs or one of the dogs that Mr. Kobe had, Dime. That's who it was. Kobe's Dime, if I ain't mistaken, I could be mistaken. Kobe's Dime gave him the blueprint. That don't look like Kobe's Dime. That don't look like nothing like Kobe's Dime. Now, when you look at other breeds, you know, when you look at other breeds like the Rottweiler, the Belgian Malinois, the German Shepherd, Doberman Pinschers, no matter what the breed is, when you look at it, there's a standard looking wise, right? The Rottweiler's supposed to look like this. Rottweiler shouldn't have no small head. Rottweiler is a big head looking dog. You know, Doberman, you know, supposed to look a certain way. Doberman shouldn't have a body bigger than his head. You know, Doberman should have a little teeny ass head with a big body. You know, it's just the breeding standards. You know, and when these folk put the standards of the dog on these pictures, they're supposed to look like this. You know, a Doberman with a small head and deformed looking body would never win in an AKC show because they got the picture of the standards of the way this dog's supposed to look. Now, if we eliminate all the pit bulls that don't look like this, then I mean, hey, I can't really, you know, say nothing about it. I mean, it just is what it is. You know, you eliminate over half of the pit bull game. Brothers who didn't go by that standard when they was going in the process of breeding their dogs, because they was breeding for performance. Not only small-minded brothers are trying to think you can, the way to teach that dog to perform or to see certain things in a dog is to roll them, is to fight them. Only small-minded. I need all that same intensity, all that, everything that dog do when you like how he do what he do. I need all that same intensity on everything I'm doing on the other side of that fence, you know, on that legitimate side. Everything I'm doing, I need that same intensity. That's why I said before, where did this little myth come in at that these dogs are different at the shows than they was at the boxes? When all y'all, half y'all dogs at the boxes won't roll past 15 minutes. You ain't no different than the show dog, if you ask me, if that's the case. You know, you won't roll 15 minutes, but you better than that dog over there in that confirmation show. And listen here, man. Be careful, my brothers out there that's trying to learn about these dogs, because these brothers, they want you to stay dumbfounded. You know, they want you to stay dumbfounded. When you're not dumbfounded, when you ain't gone and stuck silly on the lines they running, or when you don't believe the stories they believe, or when they feel, when you know, it just, folk act funny about these dogs. Make up other excuses, you know, when it's really about the dogs. Some folk got it, some folk don't. You know, some folk got it, some folk don't. Just look at it like that. Oh, they'll make every kind of excuse of why they don't got it. Oh man, I'm focused on this, I'm focused on that. I ain't like you right, you ain't like that. You don't got it. And that's why you over there breeding up that shit, that falsified shit. And that's why you're over there using them papers and trying to get them off, saying they look like that, they're going to be like the next man. See, a lot of y'all brothers, you won't shop with folk and you go around and shop with the next folk, right? And that's why you're going to get the quality of the dogs you're getting. And that's why I'm going to be on my channel 6 months to a year from now laughing at you, talking about the quality of the dogs you got, because you thought you was getting these quality, because PBK9 is spitting out this kind of quality. You know, so you're going by the pedigree thinking you're getting this. When at the end of the day, everybody look for different things in their studs, in they broods, in they program. You can't go by a pedigree and think you're gonna get the same quality of material. And like I said, man, some of y'all grown folk you can't coach in. You stuck in your ways. Them younger brothers you can coach stuff in. You know, you can they'll try it this way and try it that way. Some of y'all older brothers, you can't coach it in, you stuck in your ways. And like I said, you know, a lot of stuff y'all think gone, it ain't gone. You'll just, that will to make them dogs what they supposed to be gone inside of you. You know, that true dog man gone inside you. That's why everybody needs to stop slinging that word around. Dog man. What makes a dog man? You know what I'm saying? One that takes pride in his product. You know, one that's gonna take care of them dogs, take care of them puppies. You know what I'm saying? Take care of them, man. Hey, you can't be out here trying to charge brothers this and that, and you ain't even giving dogs shots. It should be mandatory that brothers and sisters give these dogs wormer and shots with their puppies before they sell them off to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Anybody. You know? And like I said before, the same way I say I can spot a meth head from a mile away, I can spot a wormy ass puppy from a mile away. I can spot a puppy coming from a effed up mama dog from a mile away. You know, one don't fall from the apple don't fall from the tree. You know what I'm saying? When it come to that type of stuff, you know, I promise you this. You know, I talk trash about Chico sometimes. He have great looking puppies. I guarantee you won't produce a Chico Lopez looking puppy from a mama dog that ain't healthy. How much you want to put on that? You know, how much you want to put on that? See, it's a difference between neglecting your dog and having a healthy dog. You can feed him every day, give him water every day, but he ain't healthy worth a damn. You just holding on to him because of what he bred off of and what he off of. He ain't healthy worth of nothing. You know, ain't healthy worth nothing. And like I said before, we're gonna be doing a lot of laughing in a little while when it come to these dogs. A lot of brothers gonna be hating. You know, a lot of brothers gonna be hating. Saying this, saying that. And then the same ones I'm gonna tax the hell out of when you're coming to buy a dog from me. The same ones. Wow, PBK dogs ain't acting like them. Them dogs ain't acting like PBK dogs. They bred the same. They look the same. They don't look. They bred the same on the pedigree. They look the same. This and that and all that. They ain't acting like PBK dogs. We gonna get to the business, brothers and sisters. Yes, sir. We gonna get to the business. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to these bulldogs, you know, like I said before, that man should have scooped some of y'all up on that mule he was riding on. You know what I'm saying? And dragged y'all along with him. 3 times. That brother got arrested 3 times in a matter of a couple weeks riding his mule. Apparently, he gonna keep riding them. And you ain't gonna stop him. So they might as well leave the man alone if he ain't out there in the highway stopping traffic and all kind of stuff. Leave the man alone. You know, because you know you damn well you can't make him have insurance on it like no car. That's one thing about a horse. Some folks say horses grandfathered in on American soil. You can ride them anywhere. You know, they grandfathered in. The animals was here when you got here. You know, but you know, every little city and jurisdiction have their laws and this and that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as riding one, they have their laws as far as housing one. But as far as riding one, I don't know. I don't know. That may can go to the Supreme Court or some type of, you know, I don't know, man. Or maybe they'll make laws for it that you can't ride on the street with a farm animal or something. I don't know. I haven't been doing no research on that particular topic. No, but yeah, man. Now let's get into this right here real quick. We got a man that got sentenced by the feds for situation, dog fighting, drugs, guns, or something like that. But he got sentenced by the feds a couple days ago. He go to get his time in March. I want y'all to check this article out. You know what I'm saying? PB K9s, dog talking news.
A man from Warren will be sentenced in March after a guilty plea on charges connected to dog fighting. Stanley Red Jr. was arrested 3 years ago on Austin Avenue Southwest. Police took 7 dogs from the home and found evidence that he kept the dog to fight and equipment which led them to believe dog fighting was taking place. The 46-year-old received a 3-year prison sentence last year for guilty pleas to drug charges in another case.
And one thing I know, boy, y'all get gassed up off pictures. I like to see video. Video let you see that you're doing it modern day time. See, these brothers hold these pictures in their phones and have these pictures saved up 5, 10 years, 15 years, and all kind of stuff. And I post it. I get up here and post it. Oh, I got this coming. I got that coming. You know, brothers want to see videos when it comes to these dogs, man. I keep telling y'all, don't be bamboozled. Don't be bamboozled. But I look and I pay attention to a lot of stuff. A lot of brothers gonna get bamboozled because of the hate in their blood deep down inside. You know, deep down inside. A lot of y'all gonna get bamboozled, and I'm gonna talk about it when it happens. You know, when the time come on the dog talking TV and news, I will speak on it. You know? But hey, man, like I said, everybody must do their thing in this dog thing. Nothing is made to stay the same, and y'all must understand that. You know, you want things to stay the same. You know, you want things to stay the same. You know, it's about like this, right? Man, how can you tell me anything about life in general? You can tell me certain things, but I mean, brother, if you never left out your city in your whole damn life, you stayed in that one city your whole life, you don't need to tell me nothing about the world. You can tell me something about your city and what's going on in your city, but you don't need to tell me nothing about the world. So many different things that's going on out here, you know? And if you wasn't winning in your city, how can you tell me about anything other than how not to get hurt? Or you know, just some humbug stuff. You know, you had to been winning. Well, no matter what you was doing, you was winning if you ain't never left that city in your day in your life. Now, some brothers may not have left New York, but it may have been in all 5 boroughs, where they may see more people in them 5 boroughs than you see in your whole state. You know? But you got folk who, you know, you got brothers out here, man. You know, all us brothers out here, we got dogs. You know, and for this dollar, you got the Django's. You got all kind of stuff out here when it comes to these dogs. You know, you got, what's my man name from the Django? You know what I'm talking about, old Samuel Jackson's. You got all these type of folk, man. You know, when it comes to these dogs, because folk don't want to make names for themselves, man. And like I said, I can't do nothing. I can't make nobody make a name for themselves. I'm just trying to do one for my own, for my dogs. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I can't help half of you don't like what I'm talking about, you know, but you're listening right now. Half of you don't like what I'm talking about, but you're making sure you're making careful moves so you won't be on that dog news, ain't you? You know, say what you want to say, but before you go do that move you're making sure you do it right because you don't want to be on that dog news. Now, like I said, you know, if I was one of them brothers like, you know, Sam Nade or one of them, you know, had to take anything a brother, you know, tell me and get up here and lie about, oh, my daddy was in the dogs and all that stuff. Like, listen here, man. Y'all brothers been bamboozled for years when it come to these dogs and these YouTube channels. You know, been bamboozled for years. That's why the way I talk comes so harsh out to some of y'all. Because you've been bamboozled for years, and the other ones just getting your money. Because the ones that doing the bamboozling, they ain't really dog men. Ain't really dog men. I don't say because you roll a dog, you's a dog man. You know, you gotta have it in you, fam. You know, gotta have it in you. The same way I was telling that brother, you know, me and the brother, Alpha Performance, K9 was up here talking, and I asked him, I said, what you was doing when you was 19? This brother older than me right now. If you older than me right now and you claiming bulldog, what was you doing when you was 19? Brother said he was chasing women, which we both was doing. But I was still bulldogging. I'm not gonna say chasing women kept me from bulldogging. You don't find this stuff out until you start investigating and start checking these brothers' dog credentials out. You know, you talk, but you ain't did nothing. You know? Right now today, I know more about Michael Myers than the brother who advertised Michael Myers and got locked up with the dog. I know more about that dog, and I learned that through brothers who really had the dog. Not a brother who brought the dog and sold him to all y'all, you know? No. Folk who had the dog that could tell me about the dog. So at this point, I'm willing to make a bet. I'm willing to make a full-fledged bet that the brother who had Michael Myers cannot get on a live panel with me and give me more information and stories about that dog. I'm willing to make a bet on live TV. And we do it on the live. You know? And that's why brothers, oh, they want to say this and call me names and say that and get in my messenger, get in my inbox and get in there in the chat with fake pages and the day they want to argue because they never want to, they don't want to agree with you. You know, they just want to disagree with you about anything. It don't make no difference what you're talking about. They just want to disagree with you. It don't make no difference if it's right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? Just want to disagree. And once I seen all that stuff, once I seen how wicked this dog game is, once I seen how cutthroat this dog game is a long time ago, I ain't talking about when I was in the dog game, I'm talking about once I got on this YouTube thing. Once I seen how cutthroat these brothers is about puppy sales and all this stuff and how they get and how they start want to bring up personal problems about this and about that over dog sales. And once I seen all that, I threw away my emotions. I threw away my feelings when it comes to certain things, man. Only feelings I got is for them true bulldog lovers out there. You know, true dog people out there. So let's be honest right now while we being honest. So let me talk about dog breedings and stuff and dogs. You know, when we go by the dog himself and stop going by the pedigrees. You know, if I'm just going by, because I can tell you can do a lot with this social media stuff. If I'm just going by brothers who got dogs that I've seen before, you know, and I ain't talking about, I'm excluding anybody that I know from my area. I'm excluding everybody that I know from my area. I'm talking about people that I met and see throughout the country and different other places. You know, if I'm gonna go by that, the dogs that I've seen and the folk that put their dogs out here for me to see how they act, to breed with my dog, then I'm gonna go with the Saki dog. You know, I'm gonna take Mellow Yellow to the Saki dog because I like how the dog act. I don't care how the dog bred. I see the dog, I like how the dog act. You know, I like how the dog structure is. You know, it won't mess nothing up with my dog. You know? So I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all like a lot of these folk do and act like I don't go by looks when I breed certain things. I definitely want you to look good when I breed to you. You gotta have some good looking about yourself. You know, you got to. I'm saying like this here, right? You's a 8-time winner, you know, but you look like a miniature piglet. Literally look like a miniature piglet. Don't even look like a full-blooded pit bull. Miniature piglet. I don't want to breed to you. I don't give a damn how many you want. You know, you got to have some look to you. Now, if I'm going off that and what I see, because brothers advertising their stuff, you know, I like how the brother Gas and Go dogs look, you know. Don't care about the pedigrees. Got my own dog credentials, my own dog game, so I don't mind losing the ego. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind saying, man, you got good dogs. Gas and Go, no, I always give him props. But the thing is, brothers are backpedal at Gas and Go and be like, oh man, hey, you got pedigree. He got pedigrees from brother. You talking trash about the dogs. Listen, man, I ain't too much a man to say that's a good looking dog. No matter what pedigree it is, whether it's somebody been talking trash about or not. If I see the dog and the brother advertising the dog right, and I like the dog, he doing what he's supposed to do. I could take some of them dogs that brother Gas and Go got and go to Mellow Yellow, and I know I'm gonna get some good dogs. You know? And like I said before, y'all still ain't tell me the standard of a box dog. Okay, we got the standards of a dog that's supposed to look a certain way. What's the standards of a box dog? It should go a certain distance. It should do a certain thing. So you telling me, I don't mean a dog that you can win money off of in the box. I'm talking about any dog that can compete in the box back in them days. What's the standards of that dog? To stay down for 2 minutes? Maybe it's not his fault because he on an alligator. He would have went 30 minutes if he wasn't on an alligator. So what's the standards of these dogs? And we calling them box dogs. I don't know. I'm just asking, fam. You know, just asking, man. I guess I got to be the person to ask the questions that nobody else don't want to ask. You know, nobody else want to ask. Now, I will say it's you know, several other brothers who got great looking dogs out there that advertise them. Like the brother, I'm gonna tell you right now, the brother Valdez, great looking dogs advertise. I don't see him on YouTube. He be on Facebook advertising, so a lot of his stuff be just pictures. He do videos and stuff too as well, but I'm saying pictures. Like how his dogs look, like how they take care of them. When they're in motion, they look damn good. So if I'm going by what that brother's doing and not going by a pedigree, and because I like the dog, going by because I like the dog, then I'm going to holler at that brother. You know? To the brother that got them old family reds that be on Facebook posting, having his dogs ripped up all kind of ways. Going with that brother, because I like the dogs. You know, like the dogs. Like how they look, like how they act. When I see them acting a certain way, you know. But like I said before, I get 100 people up here, and 80 of them will say they don't go by looks when they doing their breeding. 80 of them will say that. And out of them 80 that say that, 60 of them ain't real bulldoggers. You know, 60 of them ain't real bulldoggers out of 80 that said that. You know, 20 of them real bulldoggers and they felt like that. The other 20, man, they gonna tell you the truth. You know, because they really bulldog, man. Yeah, that dog gotta look good and I'm gonna breed to him. You know, I ain't talking about a regular looking pit bull. I'm talking about some brothers won't breed to your killer because he ugly as hell. I mean, really ugly. Underbite, you know what I'm saying? Messed up looking face. Now, a regular underbite, there's nothing wrong with that. I've seen great looking dogs with a regular underbite. You got some dogs with an underbite where you can actually see the space in between their front top jaw and the bottom. You can stick your finger in there and touch the tongue. That's too much underbite. You know? I mean, hey, it is what it is. Like I always tell brothers, some gonna like it and some ain't, man. Some gonna like it and some ain't. We just here to talk about these dogs entertain my brothers and sisters out there. I can't help y'all can't entertain brothers and give them that dog talk, and they can come get them a good dog taken care of. You know what I'm saying? I can't help it. You know? See, this is the difference between me and Chico. He gonna get up there and lie to you, and then he gonna talk to you like shit on the phone. Lie to you and then talk to you like shit on the phone. I'm telling you the truth out here about the dogs, and I'm gonna treat you like somebody. But just out here, when we talking on this video, I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. You know, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Now, let me say something about the ugly dogs. I gotta clarify this up. We get a lot of ugly dogs off inbred dogs. We get ugly dogs, and we know we still do the breedings. And sometimes an ugly dog will make that pass, and you gotta, make it's an exception. It's an exception with this dog because of how he or she bred, and you bred the dog. Because if you see it and you want to breed it your dog, you're gonna have second thoughts. You're gonna be like, oh, I don't know, I don't know if I'm breeding that or not, man. You see how that dog look? You know what I'm saying? That dog don't look right. But if you bred it, then you're gonna be a little more comfortable with the breeding to the ugly dog syndrome thing, But hey, man, like I said, all I can do is give y'all that dog talk, that dog news the way I always do. You know what I'm saying? Keep that thing going. The ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights. Keep it going. Keep being tough on the internet. Being tough on the internet. Hey, it is what it is, man. Whole lot cheaper than being tough in real life. I had to pay a whole lot of lawyer fees, you know what I'm saying? A whole lot of court fees and all kind of stuff being tough in real life. I'm gonna be tough on the internet then. Cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Cheaper. And plus I know there's a whole bunch more of y'all out here. You know what I'm saying? Whole bunch more. Hey, man, it is what it is, though, man. It is what it is. Y'all keep doing y'all things with these dogs. Y'all keep taking care of these dogs. PB K9s gonna keep giving it to you the way I always do. Fair and unbiased. Some gonna like it. Some ain't. Raw and uncut. You know what I'm saying? Like that pink Peruvian fish scale. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay legal. PB K9s, and I'm out.
Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn it deep. All by his bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn it deep. All by his bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm first screen ballin', trying to get my bread long. You know the game gone and my mind been blown. Different decisions that I done made got me fucked up now. Still gon' thug the life I'm living, still gon' hold this shit down. Every day of my life, yeah, nigga chasing cheese. And the same niggas that be around, they won't see you off your feet. My mama been doing bad, but I ain't going into that. I done picked that girl up when I caught my first package. I be damn. Me and my people hurting for something for a day. That shit happened, the next man ain't getting nothing. Faded the root of evil, and that's my damn best friend. I put that on my life, ain't nobody gon' fuck with him. You try to jam it, yeah, that ass getting chopped. Trying to serve, ain't got no business on my block, now bitch, you're getting chopped. Now either way you try to fuck with my balls, don't believe that ass getting chopped. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn it deep. All by his bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn it deep. All by his bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All more. That flip shit.